To demonstrate a major difference between Newton and Hawking, I present to you Stephen Hawking, a video, An Imperfect Universe, which is found below. You can go to that and watch it, but I want to pull out some of the items from that video to compare between what I believe, and I believe that Newton was saying versus what Hawking said. Now this is a picture from that video that shows ball bearings that are perfectly evenly spaced apart. And this is the critical aspect, which I truly believe at the beginning. And it states in this video around 221, if it weren't for another stroke of cosmic luck, there would be no you, no me, no stars or planets or anything at all. Now in especially my Genesis class, I focused on how some people, scientists, use imperfect, unsure, weak modifiers such as luck. What does luck tell us? It tells us absolutely nothing. Then he goes on to say gas evenly spread across the cosmos, 330. Now everything in blue is what I agree with, which I think fits into Newtonian physics and understanding of things. Then again in around 340 he mentions here is where luck comes in. So again we use the word luck. If they are the same distance apart, gravity pulls each ball the same amount in all directions. They are perfectly aligned. Now that part of what he says I totally agree. In my physics class, if you understand the ether field, you will know that I say that out in the area called the void, which is away from all visible physical matter and energy, it's not influenced by any of that. It is perfectly evenly spaced apart, and I call that the natural rest state. So when you're going through my physics class, you see NRS, you know it means natural rest state, which is exactly what he's saying here, that in the beginning, everything was perfectly evenly spaced apart and gravity pulled in all directions, so that out there in the void, you're weightless. That's why you're weightless. Fortunately, one of the rules of the universe is that nothing is perfect. Perfection simply does not exist. How does he know that? So he's making a huge leap of a statement here. Nothing is perfect, at least in his mind. The early universe had a tiny unevenness that can be simulated by removing 5 ball bearings. So now he takes one ball bearing and a total of 5 ball bearings, and the rest of the ball bearings coalesce and can come together and start clumping together like the universe that we see today. All thanks to irregularity, imperfection, and luck of order. Without imperfection, nothing, neither you or I, would exist. Again, just to focus on irregularity, imperfection, luck. Without imperfection, you and I would neither exist. So I want to start off with Newton, who believed in a creator God. He believed in order and design, as well as Aristotle, Pascal, Galileo, Maxwell, Kepler, Tesla, Einstein, Planck, Faraday, Copernicus, Descartes. So I'm not alone, and I think I have a pretty good group of people here that believe similar to what I believe. Now, not all of the people listed here believe in the same creator God as I do, or that Newton did, or for instance, Tesla believed in a creative force, but he still believed in order and design, versus the atheists like Stephen Hawking, who believe in luck and chaos, such as Bohr and Schrodinger, Dawkins, Derek, Sagan. I would list a couple of others that are today, that they're living right now, but they refuse to say that they're atheists. They want to be more in the category of agnostic. The better question to ask them is, do you believe in order and design, or do you believe in luck and chaos? And that'll give you a true understanding of who and what they are and what they believe. So the major difference between Newton and Hawking in this relation is to look at, a lot of people try to assign Newton as to the clockwork universe, which to me is a very childish and sophomoric understanding of Newton's true understanding of the ether field, for instance. It's a lot more complicated, a lot more beautiful. And here's how I state it. Cause and effect in association with the connectivity of the ether. If you understand that, you understand Newton. That compared to Hawking, irregularity, imperfection, luck, basically chaos. But the bottom line is this: Newton's universe had purpose. Hawking's universe had no purpose. Now, some people will say that is uh, going to the understanding of the atheist, that we have created this false hope because we can't face the finality, the reality of the finality of life. But that's where you have to decide for yourself. Did we create this understanding of a creator, or is it really just there is no creator? That's something that you have to decide. That's why you really need to go through my physics class that ties into my Genesis class, which ties into this class. And I'm trying to take you somewhere, but you need to do it in order because it's really a trilogy to really totally understand my thinking. But this is critical because it has eternal ramifications. As I thought about humanity over time, I realized that at certain times in the history of humans, we have elevated certain sections or uh, parts of our society to be more uh, revered than others. For instance, there was a time when the philosophers were the most revered, and other times when the clergy were the most revered. And today it seems like the scientists are the most revered. Look at the science. That's all I hear. Look at the science. Well, science can be manipulated as well. And the ideology of the shift, even in scientific thought, has shifted over the years. And so this is, I thought, would be a great example of to show you that shift throughout time, especially in the more of the modern age. So I think that this is a great example, a demonstration of the major shift in the psyche of the world that is represented by the University of Cambridge. A Lucian professor of mathematics at the University of Cambridge, Newton held that position from 1669 to 1702 for 33 years. He was the head of mathematics and physics, whereas Stephen Hawking was the head of that chair between 1979 and 2009 for 30 years in theoretical physics and cosmology. So here you have that huge shift from someone who was believed in a creator God and order and design to an atheist who believed in luck and chaos. And that seems to be what's being indoctrinated to our students today and promoted by Hollywood and the media. I believe that this illustration is a good example and an understanding of the ether field as far as keeping the balance of everything. But as far as creation, I'm not sure how that happened, but I know it didn't happen by luck. Luck, a ball bearing didn't pop out just because of luck. If anything, God reached down and pulled the ball bearing or pulled the matter or whatever to cause the universe as it is. It wasn't luck, it was God. Now it's obvious that I was not here in the beginning. So when you talk about whether it's the Big Bang or something like this, I do not know. But when I look at things like this, I know for sure that when Stephen Hawking says, here's where luck comes in, I'm more inclined to believe that God created. It boils down to this. God, an intelligent, eternal, perfect living being, created a universe of order and design with a purpose, versus all things came into being by itself and formed by irregularity, imperfection, and luck, of order with no purpose. It seems that the logical conclusion is that God created. I am a conservative constitutionalist. And I believe there's a lot of people that have been focusing on early childhood development, the indoctrination of our students through higher education, through the media, through Hollywood, and we're way behind the eight ball as far as I'm concerned, as far as a conservative constitutionalist. Where do we begin to change this tide
Can we reverse it? Is it too late? That's the question. Each of us does our part. I'm trying to do my part with these videos. Try to do your part. Hopefully I've instilled some thoughts to you so that I can instill critical thinking so that you can be part of the solution. If you don't feel like you can teach, then take people like these videos that I'm trying to do and do my part and spread the word. Thank you. And now you know more of the story. Stay tuned. This is John McCamick with Truth University. Good day.